Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Legion Interviews, episode number 7. Now, what we're going to be taking a look at and talking to is a very special person, someone who you can find on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Getter. Yes, Getter is a thing now. And who is the video editor for one of my favorite YouTubers who got me into it, The Quartering. Without any further delay, here we are going to be talking to Lofti Pixels, as seen on Friday Night Tights. Hey, how's it going?
Hi, I'm pretty good. I'm just chilling today. Not much to do in the evenings. Usually get done work around 4, so just hanging out.
Well, I mean, that's a great
weekdays are super chill for me. It's a great gig with The Quartering. I'm usually done work around 4 or 5. Yeah.
You know what? We're gonna jump right into it. Do you do that full time?
So yeah, I don't know what you consider. I don't know what people consider full time, but yeah, I would say 30 to 35 hours a week, maybe.
Okay.
And then Monday through Friday. Basically, the schedule for people like Jeremy and people who do daily content, like breaking news. If they have an editor, for me, I have to be available from like 9 a.m. to 3, basically. Like for any content that drops, like I can't be doing anything. I can't have another job. I can't be away from my computer, stuff like that. So it is technically full time. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was definitely, that was something that I wanted to discuss because, I mean, me personally, I have a full-time day job. And, and then of course, I actually do this at night, but, obviously I've watched The Quartering for a couple of years now, and it's like, hey, what do you want to review, for the next day? And then I feel like he records the videos, and then he talks about, he's got a thumbnail guy. He's got you, yes. Who's, and I'm just like, holy cow. Like, how do you work that fast?
Well, the thumbnail guy blows my mind because his stuff's actually it's kind of like a little bit clickbaity, but it's like intentionally comedic. But he does work really, really quick. I usually get a topic, and then I don't know, basically in the morning he'll send me a sheet of like bunch of different links of articles and videos and tweets and things like that, and then I will pick and choose which ones I think would be funny, make for like funny meme content.
Okay.
And after I decide, then we'll work on like a schedule in terms of like which videos are going to drop first. If it's going to take me a while to edit something, he'll usually put out like a minor topic first, and then that one will be unedited, so just to give me a little bit more time to work on the other one. It's kind of fluid, so every day is a little bit different.
No, I definitely would agree. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just we had a little bit of a failure on Facebook because Facebook sucks. So I retweeted the link on Twitter.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, I don't think Facebook is salvageable because they're stupid. Their streaming service is so crap.
What's the deal with Facebook? What happened?
So Facebook gives you parameters, and if you don't meet those parameters, apparently you're not allowed to be more than like 9 minutes late.
Oh, and that's my fault. I feel horrible.
No, it is not your fault. I was actually late on Friday night for my podcast with with my podcast partner, and we barely got in under the wire. And I'm just like, why is this a thing? Like, it's ridiculous. And of course, social media is fickle. They definitely pick and choose who they want to boost. In my opinion, I'm going to swap the camera so it looks like we're looking at each other. Your lovely avatar is looking at your lovely avatar is looking into my eyes, and I'm feeling stunned. I'm gonna
tweet this out.
No, go ahead. So you have been with Jeremy from The Quartering for how long now? I didn't ask that, right?
Actually, well, no, technically I know exactly when, because it's a very weird time in my life. if you remember, like right before COVID, it was 2020 or February of 2020, I think, was when people were like realizing what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was supposed to go to Japan for a year to teach English,
Oh,
and
nice.
that program kind of fell apart. So they weren't taking as many new people, and so my position was like not available. So I had to find another job, and then that was around the same time I applied for the quartering
Okay.
editing position. So 2 years ago, just about.
Hey, I have a weird question. I actually tweeted out at around 7:30 that I was going live with you. Did you eat that tag?
I did. Oh yeah, I see it
Oh,
now.
oh, okay. I'm just making sure because my Twitter profile has been like, it's gotten a little, I'll say this, it's gotten a little wishy-washy ever since I've started talking to a larger problematic people. I'll just say that.
That happens.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've started losing subscribers. I'm sorry, subscribers, followers, just doofy stuff. And it's like, and I don't really follow it that close, but it's like one of those things that, it just seems like you have more interaction and then all of a sudden you have less. And have you kind of experienced that on Twitter? I know, I guarantee Jeremy has.
Yeah.
Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, who helped me kind of get my start as well. It's Have you experienced a lot of censorship on Twitter with what you do?
Uh, it's easier to tell when you have a bigger following. Like I'm kind of, I actually grew quite a bit
You're
since
pretty good size, man.
September.
You got like 7,000, right? That's pretty good.
Well, in September I had like around 2,000, and then I got lucky with a string of like really viral videos, and usually people don't grow that quickly, like in a couple months, um, but it's when you get to the you know 10,000 ish, it's follower count. It's easier to tell when you're losing followers or when people are being purged. So
Yeah.
yeah, a couple days recently, I've noticed like hundreds of followers being purged, and usually that's like some sort of big Twitter like mass purge that's happening. But
No, and I would agree because
I don't
I
really,
don't
yeah,
I mean I had I have drunk 3PO. We're going to be trying to set something up
okay,
soon. Not probably in the next like week or two because he's a busy guy, but I interviewed someone who he interviewed, Dreaming Tabitha, and we had a phenomenal stream. Loaded chat, stuff like that, but
nice,
I've noticed with like X-Ray Girl and now you that I kind of get ghosted on Twitter, which is really funky because that's one of my biggest outlets. Like my main channel is monetized, but
right,
I monetized it on gaming stuff, and I don't know if my intro is like super girly, and there's a reason for that because my main channel took a veer to the right on the Eurovision movie, which came out
hmm
June 2020. So I broadcast that to kind of grow my other channels and stuff like that. But I've noticed that my biggest following on Twitter, where I get a lot of traction,
yep,
certain guests is just like swept under the radar. So like I tagged you in that tweet 30 minutes beforehand, and I got no response, and it's not on my feed, and it's just like ghosted.
yeah,
And
yeah, Twitter is weird. I just sent out a a tweet giving some notification or giving some pointing people to this page. I didn't know you could even stream through Twitter, but
yeah,
this is
yeah, no,
actually pretty new to me.
yeah, no, you can stream through Twitter, and I stream through Twitter
I'm
depending
gonna
on the go ahead.
yeah, I just retweeted it too, so we got a couple different, like a quote
Okay.
tweet and a retweet. We'll see who shows up.
It's I'll tell you what, it's definitely something they don't want to.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Jeremy has gotten a lot of hate, and I asked excuse me, I asked X-Ray Girl this. have you gotten a lot of residual backlash for your part with the quartering?
Yes and no, I guess. It depends, like, um, definitely people I probably would have opportunities that I can't even bother, like, looking into because I know that it wouldn't work out, but
Mhm.
I'm not trying to look into anything really at the moment. His channel is doing really well, and I'm really enjoying, working with him. Um, as far as, like, socially, not really. I haven't run into any major problems.
Okay.
Um, uh, maybe one or two, like, professional relationship. I used to work for um so it's kind of a long story. I don't know. I guess
Do
I
we
could.
this is your
Yeah.
podcast. We got all the time. Go ahead.
Well, so I used to do just like random memes and stuff for fun. And then
Mhm.
this was during like the Trump 2016 campaign. So I was kind of
Wow.
involved in the meme warfare stuff.
There's a lot of fun to
Um,
go around.
and I was just mainly doing it because it was entertaining, and Trump is like the most memeable person of all time. And I was doing some of that, and then started doing more creative things. And then um, I applied for a job for a YouTuber called Skill Up. I don't know if you're familiar with the gaming review portion of YouTube. Like Skill Up's probably like top 3 game review channels on YouTube.
No, I am not familiar with that name. I definitely know of some gaming YouTubers
Well,
who.
if you know like Angry Joe or
Yeah,
maybe
I know.
like
Yeah, everybody knows Angry Joe.
yep, I don't know if you know Young Yeah
Nope.
or
That.
oh yeah, he's another big one. He's doing voice acting now, but yeah, so I got involved with Skill Up. This was 2019. I was doing I wasn't doing anything, and then I applied to. He was looking for an editor to go to E3,
Hmm.
a big video game convention in LA, and he needed someone to. Actually, it was him and his brother. They have another channel called Layman Gaming. So
Okay.
that was the channel I was working for. But basically, we did 15 videos at E3 in 4 or 5 days. Um, and so they flew me out there, and that was kind of my first ever job doing any kind of editing. I have a film
Okay.
studies degree. I don't have any technical if, uh, history in terms of video editing
Okay.
at school or anything like that. But
Sorry. I'm trying the Facebook thing again and see if we can like you. Oh, it sounds like there's an echo. This is.
oh,
You
really?
know what's funny is that this is episode number 7, and I learn something very much new every freaking time I do this. Or it's my channel, so you know what? I'll say every fucking time I do this because fuck that crap. This is bull.
Dude, I am so bad with like technical stuff. Like I can barely function my Canon M50. I don't even know how to use it. But yeah,
Really? You're so great at videos. Like, are you kidding me?
well, that's kind of what I was getting at with like my education is strictly like so I went to school for journalism and film studies.
Okay.
And I've done a lot of
Oh,
creative writing and poetry and things like that. So I would say I'm like 90% creative and like 10% barely efficient with technology.
I think,
Uh,
yeah, I think I'd have to probably say maybe for myself like 70-30, or somewhere in that.
yeah,
It's definitely.
but it doesn't matter because if you're creative, you can basically find your way over some hurdles that, if you're not like the most efficient video editor, you can think outside the box a little bit, and then it's easy to learn too. It's not like a extremely complex, you know, art
Well, I
form.
mean,
But
you saw my opening video. It's
yeah,
probably as about as basic as it gets. But for me, I'm like, that looks nice. It's
but I used it to my advantage. Like I think being creative helps you access like it helps you relate to other people and like what you find funny, what other people might find funny, and then I think I've tapped into like the that a little bit, and I'm able to make some pretty like relatable memes.
Hmm.
But
Well, yeah, definitely.
but so that's fun. But yeah, like I said, I started doing gaming content for Skill Up, and that was just for E3 2019. That was the last time that E3 was a thing in like real life. I think they're doing live streams, but um, and from then I used all of those videos to shop around, and then eventually I sent a resume to the Quartering, and he liked what I did for them. So then he sent me some like sample content, and then we like edited and figured out a relationship.
Really? So
So
you
it was all
actually
Twitter. Everything was networking on Twitter.
that's what I found out.
Yeah.
It's a godsend, and it's a damnation, because I have reached out to the majority of my guests, with the exception of Drunk 3PO. That was on Instagram.
Yep.
I've reached out to the majority of my guests on Twitter, and it's like I hate Twitter so much, but at the same
Mhm.
time, I feel like I need to moderate what I say, and I try not to get into too many disagreements on Twitter, because it's like if my
Yeah.
Twitter goes down, it becomes very valuable, because it's like,
Oh, I
well,
know.
it becomes very like, well, this person follows you, so all of a sudden it's like, oh, like, okay, well, it kind of gives you like
Yep.
that seal of approval, and
Yeah.
it just it's so it's so wishy-washy. No, that's actually that's really awesome. I'll ask this, because when you were starting out at the bottom, and you were, before you went to school and stuff like that,
Yep.
when you started with that gaming channel, did you have kind of like a contract? Was it something that was like on a at work
Um.
basis?
Yeah. So normally when like you're working with a like an editor that isn't a professional, like I wasn't a professional at the time. So basically, we usually work out some kind of freelance contract or like commission contract,
Hmm.
and it's just whatever you can negotiate with that person. However long the video length, the length that it requires to edit a video is usually like how you determine like what kind of pay you're getting. So if it's like a 2 hour video versus a 7 hour video, the what I did was negotiate like per hour, and then we kind of went from there. But
Okay. Uh,
um and then like I said, we did 15 videos. I was on a schedule because they had to get a couple out per day, so I would spend like I would show up at the writers room in the convention center with all the other journalists, Kotaku, IGN, Jason Schreier, all these different well-known video game journalists were there.
well
And
known as they suck, but we're not going to talk about. Well, we could talk about that if you got stories.
I don't have too many crazy stories, but it was just an interesting environment. But so I would just kind of chill there from like 8 a.m. to like 3 or 4, and then I would just do four videos back to back, like 90 minutes on each, and then I think we did about 15 so throughout that week, and then
Okay.
after that they let me go around and check out E3, which is really cool.
No, that is actually really cool.
Yep.
I know you said you don't have a lot of crazy stories, and I'm not looking for like the wildest of stories. It doesn't necessarily have to be that. How was it actually, being shoulder to shoulder with games journalists who,
Hmm.
Jeremy calls games journalists because they don't have the best takes.
Right. uh at the time, I didn't, so that was before I worked with Jeremy, right? So I was working with
Yes. Yeah.
I that was my first, basically nobody knew who I was, but everybody knew who the people I was working for,
Mhm.
right? So Skill Up, Layman Gaming, um they're like pretty, people like them in the community. Some people don't. They kind of do push boundaries occasionally, or at least they did a few years ago. There was some awkward tension there between between some groups of people. It was funny because I was at the table with the Kotaku writers, and yeah, it was very awkward because they had this very kind of clique mentality, like where they would just kind of hang out with each other and then gossip.
Yeah.
And
No, I would definitely understand that.
it was a little weird. Yeah. They were friendly, but yeah, they were. It was interesting. But yeah, I wish I would have another opportunity like that because it was fun. I didn't get a chance to talk to too many people.
No, I definitely completely understand. Christine, the killer car, obviously. Hello, y'all. What's up? Christine, thanks for stopping by. She is Tim Possible's here too. Tim Possible, hello. Thank you everybody for stopping by. I think Twitter was suppressing us for a while. I swear to God. Fucking Twitter. No, I you know what's really funny is that I remember as a kid and stuff like that, reading Nintendo magazine, Game Informer, stuff like that. It's not the same with these modern day companies.
Yeah.
Like it's like they're like, oh well, I took this job because it pays, but I really want to be a political writer, or I really want to be I don't know, a pop culture writer. And they take that and they just kind of like dart in the wrong direction with it. They're like, oh well, this game's coming out and everybody's excited about it, but unfortunately, Resident Evil, the Village, she's got too big of boobs, and everybody knows that. It's like,
or I mean, this has been going on for years. I remember Resident Evil 5. They were complaining about black zombies. For some reason, black people aren't allowed to be zombies in video games. So they've been so woke to the point of being like actually racist for quite a while.
Oh, beyond racist. There was an article that came out again talking about the fact that that orcs in Lord of the Rings are, because in advance of the show, it's like nobody looks at black people and is like, oh,
yeah,
those are orcs. No, nobody does that. Who does that? It's like, oh, it's like, no, racist people did that. Like it's just like,
I mean, Tolkien was a veteran in the end, and his vision was not political. It was entirely a fictional mythology, and he talks about this in the foreword, or in one of the forewords, where his mythology is not at all influenced by. I mean, there's definitely personal stories that he brings to like the as far as like war stories and like his perspective on like war and things like that, but it's not supposed to be tied to some sort of metaphor for modern politics. And he actually says this in like one of his Fellowship of the Ring forwards, where he wanted to just create a mythology that stands on its own, that can be you can just kind of get lost in this world. You don't have to think about how this relates to the the Senate or like your current politics, but it's
absolutely nuts. Christine the Killer Car, I watched my hubby play that. Well, I watched somebody else play that because I didn't know. I was like, I've played a few Resident Evil games as a kid, but I think the only one that I was actually really Marsupial Gamer says Tolkien did not like allegory. Yeah, no,
he did not.
He did not. 100% right. He was on record being taken down on record going forward, talking about what he wanted for Lord of the Rings. It was not allegory. It was literally something that he created on his own, and he wanted to move it forward and tell a good story. And these weirdos, and yeah, I call them weirdos. Somebody that I'm close to, they're like, oh well, I don't like the word weirdos, and it's like, well, okay, I get that, But these I would say psychos, I don't know, who see race and sexism around every corner. It's like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like, seriously.
Yeah, they're it's hard to pick it's hard to define them because there are a lot of things. They do it, I think, because it they achieve I guess you could say, I hate using the word clout. But
Yeah, yeah.
within their circles, the people that um, basically run the industry, they they all talk this way. So if you're gonna move up in the industry, if you want to keep your jobs, like you kind of have to play up that social justice like obsession a little bit. Talk about it all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's the girl I'm talking to? I'm
Wow.
Marsupial Gamer. How you doing?
Marsupial Gamer with the troll. See, that's actually funny though. I like that. You know,
Well, there's some
it,
lore in Flashcast where half of them think that I'm a femboy or something. Because somebody, I don't even know why.
I guarantee
But
it's just because of your avatar. That's it.
it's part of it, maybe.
Oh, yeah, well, as a woman, I understand that.
Oh, I'm referring to I can't remember what we were talking about.
I don't
I don't
know.
see these coming through. I guess this is just on YouTube.
No, it's on the comments section and in the upper right hand corner.
Oh,
Yeah, it's under comments. You know, you have access too. No, I want everybody to be able to read the chat because I got nothing to hide. You know, because I don't want to end up like Jack Murphy with a dildo in my ass.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I fucking Christ.
Those jokes are gonna just be never ending.
Oh my god. I was doing a Book of Boba Fett stream on Thursday night with Tabitha, who I kind of told you about a little bit, and inside the booth podcast and Phil TMNT, and yeah, we were talking about it, and it just the hits kept coming about Jack Murphy. Oh no, I lost Lofty. I guarantee he had to have hit the wrong button. He had to have hit the wrong button. Oh, I'm gonna type in the chat here and say, hey chat. Hey chat. I lost Lofty. I almost said love. I could have said love. I don't know. Oh, I will. Wow. There Lofty is. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened. My whole computer just not shut down, but all my windows closed.
That's weird.
No idea what just happened. That was really weird.
That's weird. Christine the Killer Caller, all the woke stuff coming from females, not all men are bad. In fact, I love strong men. Well, you know, that's the point, is that strong women love strong men and strong men love strong women. You know why? Because it creates a beautiful unity. At the same time, kind of going to Lofty's explanation, I put, hey chat, I lost Lofty and I got 1, 2, 3. So I think StreamYards had a literally shit the bucket for a second.
Maybe.
And
I don't know what happened.
yeah, no, Marsupial Gamer, it's not hard to not put something in your ass. I've managed to not do it every day for 44 years running. Well, you know, yeah, I can definitely see that.
So
it's not hard.
I wish the games industry was different. I went to school for journalism, I think, like I said, and I kind of would love to be involved in that. But it's almost like nowadays, if you want to do game journalism, you just make a YouTube channel,
Well,
and then grow your channel and do video essays, which is what I want to do.
I would definitely think that's the easiest way to do it, because Yeah, I think if the the COOF, especially moving forward with the Megatron variant, um it's kind of shown us that working in person in an office building is fleeting. There's only certain
Yeah.
services, government services, that are going to get away with that. And moving forward, I think we're going to have to change. And I think online is a lot of the future. And I think YouTube and multiple platforms, Odyssey and all
Hmm.
that stuff, is the way to go. So I would definitely encourage you. With that being said, do you have any plans for the future to, start building what you want to do?
Yeah, I do. The problem is I have too many plans. I have like
I feel you.
I don't know, like I definitely am like a creative person, but I'm the kind of creative person that has like six different aspirations, and I want to do all of them, but I can't. But I'm spread thin, and I don't do any of them. So I have to figure that out. But
Well,
yeah, like for example, I would love to, as far as my own channel, I would love to focus on film content, like film video essays, opinion, content, reviews, things like that. That's like my main passion. Like I'm a huge movie guy. I'm a big like international film guy.
mhm.
I've done extensive research into like Southeast Asian cinema, Japanese new wave, like 1960s, 70s Japanese exploitation films, things like that. I kind of want to dive into that, but it's really tough to grow a channel around that content. People want video game content. They want drama content. They want, what I mean, breaking news stuff.
Well,
So I'm
one
kind of taking a.
yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
sorry.
I
Go ahead.
no, 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 you're good, you're good. No, I'll go ahead, continue. I'll
I'm
comment it.
basically working backwards in that sense. So I'm trying to kind of network and get involved in these groups and things like that, and then I'm finding it's actually a lot of fun, and I'm meeting a lot of really cool people. But I think eventually I'm gonna try and maybe shoot off and do like an original content thing, and then do this stuff on as well. But yeah, I think
I
2022 might be an interesting year. We'll see.
Christine the Killer Car says, at Lofty Pixels, when I'm done here, I will go to your channel and make sure to subscribe.
Oh,
Christine the
thank you.
Killer Christine the Killer Car, they so awesome, so awesome. And they have been very supportive, even of me. And then again, I met their husband, I think last week during a live stream, and I didn't even realize that. It was kind of fun watching the banter. Um Lofty Pixel says thank you. Of course, we love Lofty Pixels because he helps the quartering with some of the best videos I've ever seen. So I have to ask. I have to push you a little bit.
Oh, you can ask me anything, dude.
Did you do the intro for when Sean Connery died?
Mm. Was that like a in memoriam kind of thing? Yeah, I think I did that.
Yeah, the
That
one with like the music and
yeah,
like,
I
oh my
did. Yeah.
god, that is the best thing I've ever seen, and I'm going
Oh,
to share.
thank you.
Oh man, that is a phenomenal intro, and I am going to share it right now because that shit was heartfelt as fuck. And
That's awesome. I wish it could have been longer. I only had about an hour to work on it, but yeah, I really appreciate that.
no,
And
no,
thank you.
so good, so good. I'm gonna make it full screen so everybody can see it. When I played it earlier, the sound was a bit off. Maybe that's because it's being imported from YouTube, which is kind of a
Yeah, that
subpar.
happens on
Yeah,
StreamYard.
I've noticed that when I play audio, upload a video directly, no problem. But YouTube, it kind of lacks there. So
Right.
this is the best intro by far I've ever seen, and for a YouTube video, very heartfelt.
In the end, there can be only one.
Like, seriously? That's some
Yeah.
wild stuff. That is crazy heartfelt.
I appreciate it. And,
I mean,
and that line is perfect for him because he, no one will ever be like Sean Connery.
no,
Never gonna
no,
have another one.
absolutely not. Like, he was in some of my favorite movies.
Yep.
Like, seriously, The Rock. I mean, just, Indiana, The Last Crusade. Like, he is an icon. And that's not just, not just as James Bond, but later in his career, I think he got better for, who he was. And yeah.
Also, my name is Sean and it's spelled the same way. So I have a connection.
Is it
to
really? Well,
yeah.
Sean, I am Ryan, and we are getting to know each other. Christine said, the Killer Car says, thank you. St. Ravage is the hubby. Christine, the Killer Car, just subscribe to Lofty Pixels channel. Outstanding. He has true talent. Seriously, as I just showed the feels. Yeah, you're not wrong. My favorite Bond. Yeah, you're still not wrong. And of course, Lofty Pixel said, rest in peace. God bless Sean Connery. And that's what, that's kind of one thing I just want to like slightly kind of poke at. And we're gonna swap the cameras again because
yeah.
No, I did it the other way for the see, this is the technical crap. See, oh look, welcome to the shit show.
I would have done a worse job, trust me. I don't even know how to run StreamYard.
Oh my god, I guarantee you know who Chrissy Mayer is. She was my very first guest. She was so gracious. She's the one who, so Jeremy from the Quartering and Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers, and I don't know if you know who Oxhorn is. He's a Fallout video game player, lore video stuff. Anyway, all three of them are what I wanted to kind of do with my channel, and of course it went in a very different direction. So I've got multiple channels because of course the algorithm, but no, absolutely. It just it's it's kind of funny the fact that
how long have you been doing YouTube? Because you actually have decent follower count there. I think I can't count your videos. There's quite a few.
My main channel has like 1,433 subscribers. My secondary channel, Legion Talk, which is only pop culture now. It was a mixture until I figured out the algorithm doesn't like mixture. It has like 77, and then of course I just literally started Legion Wire. It is a play off the Daily Wire.
Nice.
But I just reached out to a fellow YouTuber and someone in this community who's a graphics designer, and I was like, I kind of threw this logo together. It's a little sloppy, could you kind of like maybe update it? And they're gonna kind of update it for my new channel. So I've been doing it for maybe around 2 years. The original channel, I've kind of jumped up and down. I realize that consistency is key. So that's where I've kind of learned myself.
That's true.
Oh, so it's so it's so easy to put out a video sometime until you start editing it, and then of course the editing process takes longer.
It's so bad. I put out. I wanted to. I was like committed to making commentary videos. So I basically what I had in mind. This was like 4 months ago. Sorry. I had in mind. I wanted to just do commentary, but I wanted to give it like some editing flavor. A lot of these channels do commentary and they're successful, but that's because their personalities like, interesting, but they don't have a lot of editing. Like if you look at, any of, I guess It's a Gundam kind of has some clever edits. But Geeks and Gamers, both Jeremys, they kind of rely more on their like personality and like how they can communicate with like their fans.
Yes.
But I wanted to be more creative, so I I spent like 12 hours on one video, and then I was like, oh my god, I have to do
What?
this every 3 times a week. Like I can't do this.
Well, I mean, you could be like Mahler, who puts out a video once a month and gets 1 million views.
I know.
I kind of think that would probably fall more in your realm of the neighborhood because my editing skill is minuscule. Like I just kind of
Well, it's hard to grow a channel like that. It's really, really hard. It's almost like you have to do the daily upload content for like 10, 20,000 subscribers, and then you can maybe adjust your schedule and put out like better, higher quality content. It's hard to grow a channel with 3 videos a month. Like you're not going to do it.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree. Christine the Killer Car for $2 got to run, but wanted to give you some thanks. Christine, you're awesome. I don't ask anybody to donate anything ever. You can ask my parents when they ask me, we're sending you a Christmas present. I'm like, y'all didn't have to do that. And they're like, it doesn't matter if you're 36. We're still going to send you a Christmas present. I'm like, okay, Mom, thank you. So no, thank you to Christine, and thank you for stopping by. I do.
Thank you, Christine.
It's one of those things that I've learned that the audience is everything.
Yeah.
You and I can get along great, but if we can't entertain an audience, then it means nothing. And that's what I've learned is that man, starting out with my very first video and trying to I tried to script it and stuff like that.
Right.
And it just was so terrible. And then finally, I think after try number like 4 or 5, I just there's always kind of like a catchphrase that someone will develop that will really catch on. And that's where I got kind of like my radio voice. And somebody, oh, you sound so good. I could imagine you on radio. And that's where, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to, and it's just
right.
It came out of nowhere. I pulled it out of my ass. But no, I think that the content creation is the best thing that we can do because Hollywood, the majority of Hollywood, nobody cares. The majority of movies, nobody cares. They want to talk to real people. And I think you're very well spoken. I watch all the Tuesday Night Men events. I watch all the Friday Night Tights. That is my time to unwind. And
nice.
Because when I'm not doing this, I'm reviewing the Wheel of Time, and Tabitha has read the books. And we were talking on our interview a few weeks ago, and she's like, "Why would you do that to yourself?" And I'm like, she's not wrong. I'm like, I'm a normie, and I want to know why people say this show sucks and why it's not like the book. And it was just a mistake that I happened to mention something. And she's like, "Oh no, I've read the books." And when we started talking about it, it was just like night and day.
Oh, right.
And yeah, absolutely night and day. So I think every voice is absolutely important. And even if you do it with just an avatar, like it's a Gundam, I think you should do it. You're very entertaining to listen to.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. I guess my dad is an actor, and so I have a lot of creativity in my family. So I kind of like have been socially around people all my life. So it's easy to talk to people. But as far as like being on camera, it's like a lot of that I feel insecure about, like my setup. Like, does it look good?
Mm-hmm.
Is my camera shitty? Like, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I have to spend a lot of time figuring that out and buy some lighting equipment. But I just hired an artist to do an avatar for myself in the meantime, which eventually I want to have multiple channels. So I'm probably going to have a meme channel, which is what I have now, is just straight up memes. But it's easy to grow a channel with memes. So I'm excited about that. But but eventually I kind of want to have, a live stream channel, a channel where I talk about video games with like a cartoon avatar. But yeah, I just talked to an artist, so we're working on that at the moment. But
yeah, that's awesome.
It just takes time.
No, it takes a lot of time. Me personally, and I'll make myself full screen because I kind of feel where you're coming at. This is my setup. I always was kind of like a little grumpy about the fact that you can't see the mouse on my thing, but the boom mic in front of me. I was like,
yeah.
dumbass. This is literally my living room. You have like my law enforcement patches, my military gear.
Those are cool.
I got Star Wars action figures. Yes, these Star Wars action figures, just above the Mandalorian blaster rifle. Those are from the sequel trilogy, because I in the beginning I really did like Rey and Finn, and then they fucked them up. Like you had like a good story in the first movie, and then of course in the second one you just like shit the bucket, and it's like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
so,
I actually agree. I've gotten into arguments before. I don't even talk about the new trilogy anymore because so many people hate it. I don't like them, but I like parts of each of the movies.
Absolutely.
But it's crazy because if you say that, you're like, people like they lose their mind.
I think it's mellowing out a little bit.
Yeah,
because I was on a what's that Twitter thing where it's kind of like a conference call in the chat?
Spaces.
Yeah, thank you. Twitter Spaces. I don't have enough followers to do it yet. Apparently, you need like 200 or some shit. But I was invited to a Twitter Spaces, and we were talking about the fact that, and I was like, no, I completely understand.
Yeah,
and I said, hey, look, this. I can have probably one of the most controversial hot takes of, I guess, the last 6 years. And I was like, I voted for Trump twice. It doesn't mean I liked everything he said. I liked his policies. Right. And there were people like going, oh, no, and there were two guys in there like, oh, well, I voted for Biden. And they weren't attacking me. But I was like, hey, look, I understand the fact that, you voted for this person, and that's your choice. Like, that's cool. Where I get grumpy is where people try to cram their bullshit on me. And I think we need to open up conversations again.
I like healthy debate. I really
do.
Like, I'll debate somebody, especially if I know a lot about the topic. Like, I'll debate for like hours.
Oh yeah.
But I don't like when it gets personal, if that makes sense.
That's someone who has a weak who has a fragile self-worth, and who has a fragile discussion.
No, that's true. What I meant by personal is like when somebody takes, so I don't take arguments personally. Like if somebody gets upset or gets their energy, they lose a little bit of their self-control. Like I don't take that personally. Like, I'm cool with them 5 minutes later, but when I engage in some arguments with people tend to think that I'm being, or tend to think that you're attacking them, and they won't talk to you for a month or whatever. Mm-hmm. People just need to calm down.
I would agree 100%.
Arguing is fun. It's like it's part of life and how you grow with people, and
No, I would 100% agree. But also at the same time, I would say, fuck you. Why are you doing this to me? Fuck you, heartfelt.
Exactly.
Okay. To kind of make this more fun, I mean, since we've been talking, I don't want to keep you past an hour. So I would say another 5, 7, 6, 8 minutes.
Whatever. It's up to you.
Well, no, you're a busy guy. So shit. The Quartering puts out 87 videos a day, and what do you kind of think about the Jack Murphy stuff? And I'm not looking to bash on him personally. I mean, the jokes write themselves, which is fine. You're allowed to joke. Going forward, the fact that of course, you and Jeremy probably talk a little bit. I know that he had a really big axe to grind with Jeremy, and I think that's where he got really off topic. Do you see Jack Murphy backing off, taking some time, give it a couple of weeks, come out, make a statement, and say, hey, I handled this wrong. I'm not that person anymore, and trying to maybe go forward and build himself back up?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, based on prior feuds with different various like YouTubers and people in these different spheres of influence, I've I haven't ever seen like a conflict last more than like a month or so. You know what I mean? Like usually these things kind of
Yeah.
fizzle out.
Yep.
Um, I it's hard to say. Like I don't personally engage with like if somebody has a beef with Jeremy or if there's some drama, I will I'll just take my own perspective on the topic. Like I won't like side with Jeremy over the person just because, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like
Hmm.
um usually I happen to agree with what like Jeremy believes in regards to some of these issues,
I would agree.
um but I don't really try to get involved. Like a lot of people think that you know video editors, content creators and their editors are like the same person, but I have disagreements with some of I guess Jeremy's perspectives on various topics, but it's it's just healthy, like you don't want
No.
to
Yeah.
just follow somebody's perspective and then
Yeah.
just kind of be a zombie.
Yeah. Blind.
But as far as
Blind.
the Jack Murphy thing, like, yeah, that guy messed up when he. To be fair, he really messed up at the moment. He brought in like he basically cast a wide net. He brought in Glenn Beck, and he went
Hmm.
after Elijah, went after Sydney. For some reason he was trying to like attack the Blaze, and like that was the moment for me. I was like, all right, I'm done. But before that, like I don't care about like drama stuff. I don't care if somebody does some weird shit personally. But
Yeah. No, you're
that's the
thousand
yeah,
percent right.
that's my
I
take on it.
I am not some moral believer that we're all above criticism, because
Yep.
we've all had bad takes. It was like going, it's like, where you think about it, like maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour later, and you're like, fuck, that was a bad take. I need to
Yeah.
say something. And me personally, I tried to put myself in his shoes. He handled himself very well the first time. The second time, he did not. And
Yep.
and okay, fine. Okay, fine. Where I had a slight issue is the fact that she read the super chat of the name of the guy, the person whose name was Mr. Dick and Balls, and they all laughed at that. Like, see, she does that. She just reads it blindly,
Yep.
and they're like, oh, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, would you like to address the cuck article? And it's like, you can't go from laughing because she reads the
Well,
super chat name of, I like to take it in the booty. And then of course it's like, well, why do you like why do you like this? And it's like going, oh, fuck you. Like, you can't go from left to right. That's
oh
not
no.
fair.
Yeah, and then even his apology was like he
Lame.
was like, I'm sorry, but, and then he went on, he just made shit up. And
Yep.
then yeah, that's kind of what bothered me. Normally when like when I get involved in like YouTube beefs, like I'll roast somebody just for like the sake of being, making a meme out of it. Like I do it a lot with Ethan Klein. I will just like make fun of that guy because he's funny. Like,
Well, it's
I mean,
because
it's
he's
funny to make fun of him.
he steps in shit more often than not. I'm just gonna say.
He literally steps in shit. Like
Yeah,
my
literally.
last video, I don't know if you saw it, but I actually did a music video parody
And
where he shits his pants.
Yeah, the diaper photo, but with Joe Rogan and all that crap. Like,
Yeah.
who wants to pick a fight with Joe Rogan?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna
But-
lose.
But I was just gonna say, like, that stuff to me is just like, it's kind of just like entertainment and it's funny. I don't like getting personal. Like I don't hate Ethan Klein.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I hate that. I think he's very bad faith, and I don't think he's if he was just normal, and if he was like a normal guy and he had like bad opinions, I would have no problem with it. I do think he's in a position where he's a bad influence, but
I think he was probably maybe normal once, and of course, it all kind of warped your mind. Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's just I think people need to laugh at themselves occasionally. Like I've memed on Jeremy. I've made fun of Jeremy.
I know you have. I watched some.
Yeah.
It's no. Go ahead.
Like self-deprecating humor is fun. I think you need to make fun of yourself. The left can't do it.
No,
like
they can't.
Honestly can't.
Go ahead.
So I just do it for them. I just make fun of it. Like I do it to. I don't know if you watch Surfs. It's another YouTuber that I kind of roast occasionally.
I heard about Surfs today, and they were talking about Tim Pool, about how they kind of give him grief. And Tim was like, I don't know who they are. And I didn't know who they are. And they're, someone was like, well, I think it's kind of in good fun. They just like to kind of poke fun, and I don't know, because so maybe they just kind of like to roast people. And then of course, maybe because they roast, you kind of roast them.
Yeah, it's kind of a back and forth thing. Like I do it with Hassan. I did it with Carlos Maza back in the day. And,
yeah, those two. Oh my God, the
Amaranth. Just it's all in good fun.
Wait, you don't watch Twitch Thoughts? Come on, man. Like that's the bathtub hot, streams are the best. It's so
Twitch
terrible.
Is crazy. I don't know. This is how much I know about Twitch. I still donate whenever I do watch Twitch. I donate bits. Like that's the only way I know how to like give people money. Like I'm so stupid.
Yeah. No, I would agree.
I think there's other ways to do it, but
I mean, I had a Twitch for the longest time when I first started 2 years ago, and then I kind of like abandoned it because Twitch was going through all that crazy stuff, and then I reactivated it, and of course they're going through weirdo stuff again, and it's like, man, we're not even actually, had this been like a gaming stream, I would have had it on the board up top to broadcast to, but Twitch is so sensitive. So
yeah, it is.
Well, we are approaching the hour mark. Let us know what's coming up for you, where everybody can find you, and maybe a little bit of wisdom to. Oh no, sorry, I already read that. I got distracted by the chat. Let everybody know where to find you and what's coming up for you, and maybe where you want your platform to go.
Yeah. Well, my YouTube channel right now is. I enjoy putting meme content out there because it's number one, it's a good way to grow your channel. Number two, makes people laugh. It's short, quick, content I can do multiple times a day. I need to be more consistent. My problem is a lot of the content that I put up on my channel is what I do for the quartering.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably need to talk with him and just make sure that that he's cool with that going forward, because I don't want to I'm not monetized, so I don't have to worry about that, but I don't want to get to the point where I'm monetizing his content. You know what I mean?
You're not monetized, really, with 2,500?
No, I think you have to have like, how many thousand views do you have to get? Like 50?
No, you have to have 1,000 subscribers, and you have to have 4,000 watch hours a year.
Oh, that's it?
And yeah, it's just 4,000 watch hours a year. I mean, my main channel, I passed with flying colors because let me look up YouTube Studio on my phone.
Well,
my main channel, Legion Games 2076, which is all about video games and Eurovision content. Watch the movie on Netflix. It's really good and it explains to you what's going on. I'm at 1,432 subscribers, views for the last 28 days, 34,300 watch time hours, 1,900. I'm sorry. And yeah, so
Well, I have 5,000 hours. I don't know how.
Oh, you
long-
qualify.
Yeah, maybe I do. I gotta look into this.
Yeah,
I've been
you
distracted.
just no, you should monetize your shit, dude. You're good to go.
Well, yeah. So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep putting meme content out there. Eventually, what I want to do is, like I said earlier, film reviews, film analysis, things like that, and also, I have like hobbies in real life that I like get distracted, and it's hard for me to do video content. Like I breed reptiles,
Oh, okay.
and
Nice.
I have a 3D printing like project I'm working on.
Oh, I got a coworker and friend who does 3D printing. He's a pretty smart guy. I don't understand that 3D printing shit
It's
at all.
crazy.
Oh, absolutely crazy. He made me something one time, and I was just like, dude.
But then, and I'm also I'm thinking about writing a comic book. So that I'm in the stages of outlining and early world building at the moment. And this is strict, like, I've been on Flashcast, right? I don't know if you watch Flashcast.
Yes, I
All
watched
those
Flashcast.
guys,
Yeah, absolutely.
all those guys are like, they've put out, their own comic books, or a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm kind of getting the vibe from them that I think I can do something in that realm, and I think I have the idea that would be perfect for it. So I'm working on it.
Marsupial Gamer for you. Oh, what 3D printer would you recommend? I need to get a new one for my girlfriend. Hers is kind of old.
I have an Ender 3, which is actually it's called an Ender 3 Pro, ENDER. And it's pretty cheap. It's like $250.
Oh, that's
like
very reasonable.
3D printers are crazy.
Oh, absolutely. They're
for what you can do with them. Like
yes.
Yeah, but you might want to get a resin printer if you're doing like figures or things like that. I don't know what you want to do with it, marsupial. Anyway, but yeah, I think that's it for as far as that goes. I think, what was your other question? Advice or wisdom or something?
I would actually kind of like redirect this. Since you want to start doing movies and television reviews, name your top 2 favorite television franchises that we'll say currently that you want to review, and top 2 movie franchises you want to review.
Wow.
Is that too broad because like everything's shit right now? Like,
well, if I had like if this was like a creative project, like I could break something down and give my opinion on it. I probably would do like an anime. Maybe something like maybe Made in Abyss, or Vinland Saga. Those are 2 really good animes out at the moment. Television is tough. Right now, I'm not watching too much. I'm a big fan of Fargo.
Okay.
That show came out a few years ago.
Yes.
I would love to break that down. Another show called Legion, which is actually in the X-Men universe, but nobody really knows that.
Interesting. It piques my interest because of my name. So,
well, Legion was the same guy who did Fargo, Noah Hawley, and he's also directing the upcoming Alien television show with Ridley Scott.
Wait, I didn't know there's an Alien television show.
Yes, it's being. I think they're filming now, and it's set on Earth.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one I would. Yeah, that's one I would definitely watch. Marsupial Gamer. She's printing parts for LOT projects. A lot of projects. I think she does need a resin printer. And Marsupial Gamer says, "I watch Legion."
Yeah, Legion's a good show. It's very creative and kind of crazy.
I need to finish up.
Well,
no, go ahead.
My favorite show that ever is Hannibal.
Really? I've never watched that either.
It's just a personal favorite of mine. I've seen it 4 or 5 times. I think it's incredible writing, acting, all of it.
I know a lot of people. IoT, Internet of Things. Okay. Yeah, it looked like an L. Look, I'm slightly stupid, so you have to kind of spell it out. I'm kind of like Gary from Nerdrotic. I'm older. I'm not as old as Gary, but you mix in a government daytime job and nighttime streams, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking? No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. You are welcome back at any time. I would definitely love to get you on a panel in the future, maybe for the Book of Boba Fett or something like that. Just something to kind of give your input, because I know you cover a lot of pop culture. You do a lot of videos for stuff. So even if you don't watch them personally, you have to, I guarantee the realm of where it's coming from, because Jeremy is just shooting videos out all day long, and
Well, I do watch all of it. Like, I'm watching Boba Fett now. One thing about what I think makes my job more fun is that I do consume everything that I'm talking about. Like, I read comics,
Really?
anime, video games,
That's
film,
awesome.
television, all of it.
Last question.
Yeah.
Well, okay. It's kind of like 1.5 questions. Did you like the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett? And did you think the second episode was definitely better?
So I didn't watch the second episode, but
oh, you haven't? Okay.
not yet. I'm probably gonna watch that tonight.
Okay, you should watch it tonight, because I might be doing a stream in the future to review the third episode, and if I would definitely shoot you a link to see what you think. The first episode I had huge problems with, and I'm going to tell you why real quick. He didn't shoot his blaster once. He didn't use his jetpack once, and I had a friend who's a Star Wars fan, but he's more normie. I'm more like super fan. I know about the EU, Knights of the Old Republic, stuff like that. And so I had like a huge issue with that. I was like, dude, seriously? Also, at the fact that even in the Force Awakens, Finn, I'm pretty sure Finn talks about in the Force Awakens that a stormtrooper's helmet is its rebreather system is only designed for gas and toxins, like smoke and toxins. It's not a sealed system.
Continuity error.
Yes, continuity error from Disney. And of course, in the Sarlacc pit in the very first episode, he grabs the air hose from a stormtrooper and shoves it in his helmet. And I'm like, okay, but Mandalorians have a sealed helmet system, because when, of course, Mando from the Mandalorian, and then of course Boba Fett, when he gets out of the pit, he takes it off and you hear, and I'm like,
that didn't cross my mind, to be honest, but I see what you're saying now. Yeah,
my bad, dude. Because if you watch it again, you're gonna be like going, that motherfucker.
Well, yeah, my problem with Disney Plus in general is they all feel the same to me. Like, all the shows they don't have like their own vibe. Like, this feels like a Mandalorian episode, but with Boba Fett. That's just kind of how I
to me, it feels like Star Wars Light or Marvel Light. It's like it's not like a full draft beer. It's like light beer, and it's the cheapest version. And I've drank cheap light beer, but it's just really like it feels like the Pabst of Star Wars. It's gonna give you the shits the next day. Okay, like don't drink it.
Well, see, I wish I have so many, like, I wish Captain Phasma was more of an interesting character in them. They really messed her character up so much. What they should have done, and all this I keep talking and extending this interview, but
no, you're good, dude.
What they should have done is had Phasma chase after Finn and Rose. So what they did in The Last Jedi was for some reason they sent Rose and Finn off to do this stupid mission with these these creatures that they were like rescuing, and like there was like no purpose to that mission.
No,
they could have had a 20-minute, almost like a chase sequence, kind of like what they did with Boba Fett and Han Solo. Remember the Millennium? Remember they had that like epic chase in the asteroid belt. Like there should have been like, that was a perfect opportunity for Captain Phasma to like get some screen time. But
I
they
would
bring
agree.
in, you know, these characters that nobody cares about.
Yep.
I think Phasma would have been a cool character. They could have done a show with her. You
I
know,
would
they could have
agree.
turned her into the new Boba Fett. That's what they
Mhm.
should have done
I
in
would
terms of
100% agree.
cult status. But yeah,
I'm gonna stop it there because I want to bring you back on for a future Star Wars stream. So
Oh, sure.
guess what? You're getting to come back when the next time I set something up, I'm gonna invite you. So I want to appreciate you for coming on, man. You've been awesome. It's been great talking to you. You know, even we the chat got going about 25 minutes in, but you know, at least people showed up. Twitter lifted the embargo. I guess we stopped talking about the wrong topic.
Right.
So appreciate you, man. You're awesome. Go follow him on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Getter, and definitely check him out because he has the best videos on YouTube for as an editor for the quartering. So we're gonna say bye, and I'll tell you bye behind the scenes. See y'all. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. The chat is the best. Thanks, guys. Appreciate
Thanks,
y'all.
chat. Bye bye.